Greetings to the talented Matthew and Robinson all the way in Switzerland. And you're tuning into the Black Fire Radio. Yes, man, say boy. And Robinson, Jamaica, brother there. Reaching out to all the massive on the African continent. And tuning into the African Big Show. With your host, none other than Joey. From Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. And Robinson, no respected justice for our big
Aki aliniambia nike mbali na leo hiyo tujerei na tunge kuka yuturei mindo demei na kuna mbele ya mbele na chani mkishinka kwetu na jua sieti kifo imeja moshi kila sana itajibita nikani hansima nikani kimbia mbita kila kituoni wanadaimini mzizi nikani lazima kushika mzizi ulikuwa poa before kutinga ulikuwa na uko kashindwa kulinda sema roro unajiona umefika headshot nikani lipa boa kupiga hapo kibonga mbaya unazauliwa hiyo kibanja sana utashukiwa tulia usiforce baraka utafikiwa simganga na roga au unasikiza siwa unalala kwa mtaro na moko Alejandro nasikia una moko kwanza sema no tu ujinga unapiga simu bila pesa tukoni ukifika simu not performing kwanza sema no tu ujinga don't put on the wrong tone, I'm not that on it. Come on, show you got nothing on me. Listen, my nigga Jijo from Kilifi. From your Mr. Politician, where's the solution? Talking to a new one, same condition. No change constitution, change our pollution, poor living condition. Bias distribution, flag road is your friend in a way. Make sense, my fancy. When you shout it, Nash, Shaden, or Kim Stakakaran. When you start, when you suck up, and take special treatment, Babuna Trend. Ebuni kuuliza wamekuandikia check ni reality check hata ikuwa mchaje unalipiwa rent unaniambiaje unalala kwa mtaro na moko Alejandro nasikia una moto kwanza sema no tu ujinga unapiga simu la pesa mfukoni ukifika simu not performing kwanza sema no tu ujinga unalala kwa mtaro na moko Alejandro nasikia una moko
kwanza sema no
tu ujinga unapiga simu la pesa mfukoni ukifika simu not performing kwanza sema no to your ujinga.
Yes, that is Sema No playing right here on the Black Fire Network radio station. Siwa Saida featuring Skilo, and of course karibuni sana to another episode of the Pan-African Bliss. It's been an amazing, wonderful Thursday on my end. I hope you're finding it also amazing and of course at peace and in great health as you supposed to be. 8 minutes to 1 p.m. right here in the 254. I'd love to hear what's the time on your end, and of course karibuni sana to everyone who's listening and who shall be catching this show on a replay on Facebook, on YouTube, and of course that is on Rumble and BitChute as well. I hope you guys get to enjoy. Shout out to all my TikTok people. Now check it, Triple K over there. Karibu sana. Triple K, I don't know if I think you are familiar to me, Triple K. I think we've had you. Yes, I know you. We've had you before on the Black Fire Network. That is when we had Spikes. And of course, Karibu sana. I hope you're really still releasing music. And if so, tunaweza taka kujua. And of course, we're looking forward to also invite you back to the studio. I remember there's a time we met. We had an amazing time. That was when we had our studio still on the other side. And of course, Karibu sana. Nice to see you, Manze. Long time. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you so much for being here. Na nacheki pia hapo tuko na Jafet. Karibu sana. Unasema I should play music. Ndio inacheza. Sijui wataka kusikiza nini, but karibu sana. And just saying I don't know Mitego, but anyway, karibu sana. And to everyone who's right here with me, shout out to Best Deal Repo Riders, and of course, shout out to Temba and everyone who's tuning in. Kindly, as you tune in case this is your first time right here, do remember to tap the screen, follow the host, and of course, enjoy this amazing episode today right here on the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. That was Semano once again with Siwa Saida and Skilo. And of course, today's discussion shall be focused on Italy and them evacuating more refugees that is from Libya. On both cases, we shall be looking at the interest of the both countries, which the UN actually is the intermediate of it, because they're the ones who have actually come forth and made a clearance of how many refugees should be evacuated from Libya. But if you look at history and the facts of where our people are about to be evacuated, because I'm certain when they speak about terms of refugees, we're talking about our people as well also being included. That is the Black people. But I was looking at a couple of videos of the amounts of racism that Black people have faced, that is in Italy, and this is super crazy and rarely even spoken about. So that much into details, and of course I'll be reading the article of what the UN has to say, the Libya government, and of course the Italian government. Before, we've seen that George Meloni has been on the side of the African people, but it doesn't mean that this or she is different from who they really are. That is just all I'm gonna say. We've seen Giorgia Meloni, if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, Giorgia Meloni. We've seen her before. She's come forth, defended African people, especially on the exploitation of resources that keeps on happening in parts of Congo and all that. But this doesn't make that, despite them standing with us one time, they support us. Like I said, throughout this week, I've been speaking about where Africans, we need to recognize who are our friends and who are our enemies. And for the longest time, the enemies are the people we've been worshiping, the people we've been giving power unto, the people we consider gods, and the people who are literally even speaking about yesterday have pushed so much self-hate amongst the Black people and the Black community. So karibuni sana, that is among the big topic we shall be having today. I also want to take you through the Congolese, that is the DRC Congo elections that started yesterday. And of course, I can still see that this country, despite the war, the destruction, and despite the destruction, the level of literacy, how amazing it is still very, very backward, because the type of the manual they're using to count their votes, it's literally crazy, and we need to speak about that, because we've seen other countries which had advanced. I remember in Kenya, when we had our elections, we had electrical whatever, which could count the votes. I don't know the specific name, but we had the ballot paper, voting count or whatever it was. I can't remember. I don't really know the specific name of the machine, but basically what is happening in DRC Congo is super backwards. I was checking yesterday, and I'll be sharing a small video of how many people did register for the voting, and where also people are expressing where they feel and actually know that despite them going to the polls, nothing is going to change the situation in Congo, because all we have is failures in the government who keep on manifesting promises to people but never deliver. So that is among also the topic we shall be having for today. So karibuni sana, as we check also on the weather updates of what is happening in South Africa and Gambia, because there's a time, if you guys can remember, on the culture show, if you've been tuning in on the radio, I did discuss, Kamlesh and I talked about where we have actually so many countries that have been alerted on terms of climate crisis. South Africa was one among them. And currently we're speaking about where there's a fire outbreak, where firefighters are battling this in the wildfire. They're battling a wildfire that is in South Africa, and I'll be discussing a little bit on that and what personally I understand, because so far we know that these calamities we keep on seeing. The same thing happened, I think it was in Australia 2-3 years ago. If you can remember, we had a very large wildfire, and this we know it is all intentional. We've seen how many machines right now they have actually come forth with that can actually tamper with the climate change. So it is not quite of a surprise to me. And of course, karibuni sana as you get to learn and study together. Back to the music, one more banger. I'll be coming back with the quote of the day. We keep it positive here. So in case you have something positive, shout out to you, Doro, shout out to Wild Boss, and to everyone who's still with me right here on TikTok. Karibu sana. Feel free to share a quote of the day. And of course, stay motivated. This is Diamond Platinums, and I hope you guys get to enjoy this. I'll be coming back after this short musical break right here. Baby, put on your love for me. Sweet little party. Make us spend money. Put on your love for me. Shout out to Iceberg, shout out to Stepper, shout out to Heart, shout out to Doro. Make us spend money. Karibuni sana. Steppers na kucheki. For you. You're gonna make me for you. Shout out to Shaz, Sharon, Karibu Sana as well. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. Let me know where you're listening to us from. This is the first time right here. This is the Blackout Fire Network radio station. Shaz na kucheki unauliza nimepotelea wapi? Niko. Kindly remind me, have we met before? I'd really love to know because says I know so many Sharons, so kindly let me know as well. But Nico, never need to just DM me on Instagram if we really close or we've been close and we lost contact. Kindly just DM me on Instagram if you have my handle. That is. Baby, put on your love for me now. Sweet little party now. Make us spend now. Instincts are correct. Sasa, I'm good, man. Nice to see you too. Make us spend money now. I could take up the loss for you. I'll take the last for you. And you're gonna make me mad for you. For you. Yes, and my quote of the day today says, be optimistic, think that great things are coming, no matter what you are currently going through. Think that there's so much to look forward to, and that is my motivational quote of the day. In case you have something positive you'd love to pass by, kindly ensure you do so. Nacheki unasema Tao, I'm a beautician, remember? Yes, I do recall, Manze, nice to see you. And I'm still taking maybe I'm the funny that is. That is super amazing. But nice to see you, Manze Shaz. I hope you go fitty. And me, I'm doing amazing. I can't believe. Welcome to the Blackout Fire Network radio station. This is a political show. Here we get to discuss different matters that are happening all over the African continent. And it is exactly 1 minute past 1 p.m. to all my diaspora audience. I'd love to know what's the time on your end. In case you're on Facebook, on YouTube, on the radio station, kindly also remember you can pin your comments on the show page. And just a reminder, our application will be coming back on the Google Play Store very, very soon. It shall be it's just that it's been outdated, so it's supposed to be updated. Okay, let me use that simple terms. So kids shall be working on that during the weekend. We shall be having the app back on the Google Play Store. And of course, in case you have been trying to look for us, we shall literally enlighten you once it is back. So karibuni sana, remember also on the Google, or rather on the Blackout Fire Network app. We also have the apparel store where you can also purchase some merchandise. We have hoodies, we have muffins, we have mugs, we have handbags for you ladies. So in case you also want it actually printed with your name, you can also hit us up. And of course, let us know where would you love it delivered. Design gani unataka, how would you love it actually printed, your name or whatever. We got you covered. Shout out to Sunshine, shout out to Champ, shout out to Jojo, now Cheki kwa wingi, shout out to Jewel, and to everyone who's with me right here on TikTok, and to everyone who's also joining me on YouTube. Karibuni sana. Now, before we start, I have something very, very funny. A funny video I saw here. And this one I speak about the level. I don't know what to call this. If it's level of illiteracy or as for us as Africans. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this video before. Ideas video, 30 years of age. But it feels like he's a white person. When you talk about education, ignorance. This actually even has nothing to do with miseducation. This is total ignorance. You literally super dark, but you consider yourself a white man. But let me share this very quickly, and of course I'd love for the audience with us on YouTube. In case you want to see the video, kindly go to YouTube. In case uko kwa TikTok, go to YouTube. That is in terms of amobesha na kucheki sana. Asante sana for tuning in. Go to YouTube and look for us under the Black Hot Fire Network channel. Utatupata hapo, and of course I'll be able to share. Rather, you can be able to see the video together na mimi. Shout out to Kate, shout out to Brenda, and everyone with me. Now let me start this. This was funny to watch.
Goes to school, plays video games.
Let me add the audio.
Harrison looks from the outside to be your average teenager. Goes to school, plays video games, even listens to music in his room. But there's one difference.
I'm a 35-year-old white man.
The audio, but
For an Antoine,
let me add some volume on my speaker so you can, because I think the video has a low quality audio. So let me be able to adjust that.
Harrison looks from the outside to be your average teenager. He goes to school, plays video games, even listens to music in his room. But there's one difference.
I'm a 35-year-old white man.
Harrison, born Antoine Smalls, has transracial identity, identifying as Harrison.
From where Zoe comes from. Shout out to Zoe, man. They're from Colorado.
You're a white man. Well, I've always felt different. I go to movies and just be thinking to myself, like, why am I not getting the respect I deserve?
StreamYard is really acting up. I don't know why the internet always during the day is always jacking up. But let me try this again. For those who are with me on StreamYard, kindly let me know if you guys can see my video.
Harrison looks from the outside to be your average teenager.
All right,
He
there.
goes to school, plays video games, even listens to music in his room. But there's one difference.
I'm a 35-year-old white man.
Harrison, born Antoine Smalls, has transracial identity, identifying as Harrison Booth, a 35-year-old white man from Colorado.
That you were a 35-year-old white man.
Well, I've always felt different. I go to the store, the movies, and just be thinking to myself, like, why am I not getting the respect I deserve?
Because you're black, bro. Because you are black. Let me tell you something. This is what we were talking about yesterday when I shared that video of that young kid, 7-year-old kid, who was chased away from the cheerleading group because of her hair, because she's black. This is what we're talking about. And it stood up, we stood up clearly and understood that if you have a weak parent, just the same way like we saw the parent was literally discriminated for standing up with her child. Your child faces racism, but when you stand up with your child, that is a problem. You as a black parent, that is a problem. You're supposed to just sit down, relax, and keep quiet and not teach your child how to be confident. This is what we're talking about. Now, for me, my understanding toward this video, so far, just right there, this one has grown with either weak type of parents who really hate themselves because of the discrimination they have gotten from white people. And that's why it feels like it's different. This is literally pure self-hate reflected on a very direct level. Literally very direct. This is self-hate. Either from the parents first, where this guy was not taught to love himself for who he is, but he's literally grown up with the mentality of, thank God he's not even bleached himself. Because probably that was the next motion or the next move. His grown feeling is different, but he's asking himself, why has he never gotten respect despite his skin color? Because he assumes he's a white. God damn.
It just hit me. I'm white.
What?
And 35. I just miss college.
Hold up. He said that boy don't work. She said that boy don't work. Hear me? I wanna go along with the StreamYard people because I see my internet is, buffering on this other end. but let me start again. All right, there we go.
I'm a systems engineer for Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay. That boy don't work. He go to school and that's it. One, who's that? He said me.
Do you believe that he is a white man?
I mean, he isn't. Shit, I'd love to wake up one day and say, hey, everybody, I'm Rihanna. But I
Try to get them to go out with me, go on walks, go to the farmers market, chat with people. But yeah,
So
Who's
why don't you
serious
think that they get
giving you that clue?
I don't think they get it because they don't realize that we're just not like that.
I see. So how do you embrace your identity?
I dress a certain way. Patagonia. I wear a thick brown leather belt. I like to envision myself after the church.
I
I
want to
grew
go
up
along
at
with the
Lake.
stream, but people. Shout out to you, Jiba Jaba. Shout out to you, Jiba Jaba. Karibu sana. I see you just tuned in. I'm sharing this video over here of this 35-year-old man of age who has said, or he claims, I don't know how many of you have seen this video, but personally, I bumped into it today and I had to share this. I had to share this because I remember what we discussed yesterday on the Africa Today show. You know, it comes to the racial discrimination, especially towards the black people. We've been the beginning of civilization, and a lot that we've literally founded that the white man has claimed, you know, it has led to a lot where we literally, and we've been always on the bottom. But it is so sad to see a whole 35-year-old man. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because I'm trying to look at that young 7-year-old child I was sharing his video and this man over here. The way the parents stood up for the kid and the difference of the parents of this guy for him to end up being this way is because of the background he's grown up in. And correct me if I'm lying. It is a reflection of the people who literally took care of you. They have so much self-hate within themselves. They want to fit in the white community so bad. And this is why you think that race is just a thing that people labeled on themselves. We never labeled race. White people came up with this thing. And even if we did, we are different. But he's like, I'm not like that, you know. I'm not like that. I see Juba Joby saying, hi, Joby, hi to you too. And I also see you're saying that that's Rachel Dozell in reverse. And you're also saying that, yep, he's either lost soul or trolling everyone. That is basically what he's doing. And it is such a shame to us as black people. Do you know how it is even such a shame? Because being in the continent, I remember when I started literally working on Black Fire and learning everything about the differences between us as black people right here in the continent. And yeah, Asante dance comedy. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, move on. Anyway, thank you for the compliments. Thank you. What I tried to understand, or what it took me time to understand, is that I felt like I've always explained and expressed. I used to feel like Keith used to hate the Africans in the continent because every time he could just mention you know, you morons, you know, you people are so stupid, you people are so miseducated. I'm like, okay, what do you mean we're morons? Then I remember the first time I caught the word moron was in the Home Alone movie. The Home Alone movie, you know, if you guys can remember the times in Christmas seasons, we used to have the Home Alone movies. That's the time I ever got the term moron for the first time. So I used to hear kids say every time, like, you know, you morons, Africans are morons and all. I'm like, why are you calling us morons? Not everyone is a moron. Not everyone is stupid and everything. But if you can't look at this, the way Africans are considered to be so docile back in the continent, I've come to understand this is actually globally where black people, no matter where we are, self-hate has been pushed as an agenda towards us globally. Because in the continents yesterday, like we were discussing, where when you see the 7-year-old being discriminated because of the air, that is where we've seen still in terms of slavery, because it's still going on in Africa, where we have young ladies still shaving their hair in schools. That is the perfect example. Talk about skin bleaching, which our government has allowed these products to come in and out of the continent. Majority is in because they're always dumped right here. These other races don't bleach themselves. It's always black people. These chemicals have been brought specifically for black people to literally create skin cancer for yourself. Then you're going to end up blaming someone. And at this point, I don't think actually we should even blame anyone. We shouldn't. For any cancer disease you get, especially for applying chemicals, you shouldn't blame anyone because it's all on you. It's all on you. That's not even it. There's a lot really, really happening. A lot. But this is super, super crazy. This is super crazy.
And me, I'm just not like that.
I see.
Hold up. Shout out to you, Kevin Crane. Shout out to you, Bonnie. And shout out to you, Dance Comedy. Sije kama tunajua but nakucheki. Ukitag hapo Sharon, but karibu sana. Karibu sana.
Vision myself after the surgery.
Hey, excuse me, what PA do you have on tap? Hey, did you see Game of Thrones last night? Yeah.
So your surgery, that's later this year.
Right. I started working at Stonecrest Mall, so hopefully by then I have enough money to take the next step.
So you work at Coca-Cola and the mall.
Right. Correct. I work at both.
Harrison has been planning a full racial transition with a Dr. Samuel Vergara, who guarantees Harrison can visually transition through an experimental procedure. How about
100% possible. He's gonna look weird though.
before Harrison can fully realize his full identity, he still has the day filled with and ridicule.
It's pretty awful. You know, you're walking through like, hey, good to see us. And it's to the point where I have to convince them that I'm not us.
Gotcha.
I live in the area I've never seen before. You just die inside.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
This guy, oh my God, this is crazy. This guy is even going to the extent of being now racist. Can you see what I'm saying? He just went to the extreme of being a racist just because he's doing surgery to transform himself to be being a white man. He just called cops on his fellow black men. And he's like, when I see the black people, when I pass along the black community, they're like, glad to see you, glad to see us. He's like, I'm not us. This is super, super crazy, being honest. Like the doctor said, it's going to look weird. And I bet he get the lessons.
The black kids out there who may be going through the same thing.
Just be you at all costs. But also, stop dressing so crazy.
So what you're trying to say is that black people dress crazy. But anyway, I really wanted to start with that. I really had to, because that is super, super crazy. This is super insane, what we're looking at our screen right now. This is so crazy. You know, at first when I started doing the shows and understanding the Black Americans and the culture, I used to think actually they're really intelligent. No, I mean, I used to think like maybe the whole Black American community is really intelligent because you're advanced with technology, you're advanced with a lot. So why would you like to just understand where you are? Why would you be so ignorant and not trying to understand your history of you ending up being a black person in America and where you came from back in the continent? It doesn't make sense to me. But at this point, personally, that I'll call literally ignorance of all time. I've never seen anything like this. Literally, this is so crazy. And I don't know. I'm 35 and I'm black. I'm a white person. Very proud, and is undergoing surgeries, you know, with the state of which black people don't even have employment, like we were seeing yesterday. No employment. Majority do not even own businesses. People don't even businesses. No land. Where can you buy a land in America? I saw yesterday Joe Biden is funding 500,000 to people who are seeking homes. But apparently, I know that this is going to go and favor only white people, because he says that this is, let me read that again, actually. Let me read that for you. This is crazy with what is happening. I see Joe Biden wants to give 500,000 Americans money to buy homes. 500,000 Americans to buy homes. And this is what the article said, that the Biden administration revealed a new initiative aimed at assisting 500,000 Americans in buying homes, seeking to address housing affordability challenges. The Neighborhood Homes Investment Act, proposed by Senator Ben Cardin and Todd Young, aims to generate $125 million in development revenue over the next decade, facilitating home purchases and providing down payment assistance for first-time buyers and renters. Laid Brainerd, the director of the White House National Economic Council, emphasizes the program's potential to make home ownership a reality for families without generational wealth. I mean, families without generational wealth, it is the Black American community. It is the Black people. So far, so good, and I know and understand everything that is going on. So what is this Black dude trying to do right here? These are the same of the people that are supposed to be beaten, and I mean beaten. You need to be taught a lesson. You need to be taught a lesson. This is just super insane. We know that this $125 million and these 500,000 families that are supposed to be given this affordability of houses, it is not none of the Black. If you're not a coon, of course you're not gonna fall under this favor. This is just super crazy. They go ahead and say that this is with the goal of narrowing a racial gap of home ownership. It's been there. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. It's been there where Black people don't have homes, and it's a norm. What are they doing right now by flocking so many migrants into America right now? What are they doing? Whose community is being destroyed right now? Which community is the target? Because we've been talking about this. I don't know, man, but to my sisters and brothers, you need to be, I don't know, but watching this kind of people who are foolish like this, it is such a shame. It is such a shame to even you being called a Black person when you are literally a whole coon. Considering yourself a white person trying to win a bootlicker and even undergoing surgery, where do you even get the money? The auntie or the relative just say that boy don't work. And fine, even if you're working, what is the? I'd love to know what's the percentage of the Black Americans. Literally, who is being paid the highest if you're not a coon? If you're not in this basketball teams like we saw yesterday, in the sports, you must be literally, you must bow down to the white man's word. If not, they're going to destroy you. Through the video we were sharing yesterday, if you did catch up with the show, or if you were in, we saw how the Black Americans are being shot or will get favors just because they are a white man's bootlicker. This is super crazy, man. I really had to share that because it got me disturbed. I really had to share that. Super crazy. But I see Jibba say that we all bleed red. That's on period. Even if you know what's funny with this guy, I really have to question him. You're gonna fast, fine. You're gonna bleach your skin. You're gonna do the surgeries. You're gonna transform, and of course, the doctor warned you. You're gonna look weird. You wanna look like a white man, but you're gonna look goddamn weird. The funny part, even if despite you bleaching, changing everything in your body, your hair, do you know what? Your DNA still reads melanin. That's the funny part. That's the funny, crazy part. Your DNA is still gonna read melanin. It's gonna come back to us. The people you're saying we're not us. Because they said, don't call us. I'm not you. Don't literally put me in the same community as black community. Well for you. Good for you. Such people should not even be saved when we having the rest of the black community saving themselves. They shouldn't. I also see Jiba Jaba say that I'm surprised he won't dye his own hair blonde and bleach his skin. That's what I'm surprised too. Because he said that he started feeling white since he recognized himself. But I'm surprised, despite the feeling you've been having, because this is like you telling me this is what they have been trying to do with the homosexuality as well. You know, it's a feeling. There's a video I wish I can share right now. Let me try and find. There's a video I saw yesterday of these UN members trying to clarify, now connect the dots with this, saying that, you know, pedophilias cannot control their feelings, and of course feelings, since feelings are just natural and mutual, you know, pedophilias are allowed to be pedophiles. What? I wish I can find that video and share it with you, and also on WhatsApp. Pedophiles are allowed to be pedophiles because that's how they feel. And if a man and a woman are supposed to feel how they feel, why can't a pedophile feel by molesting a child? What? Make that make sense to me. Pedophiles have feelings just like the rest of the human beings. So if you feel like, you know, your satisfaction, you've been lonely for the longest time because of you being denied the feeling of being a pedophile, what are you supposed to do? Why are you supposed to fit in? I will get the video and I'll share it. That is the same bullshit you can say. I'm trying to reflect the same with this. I feel white because that's a feeling. It's not a feeling. It's your goddamn state of mind. You know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. I also see Jibadaba says that all jokes aside, this is sad, but hey, you can't fix stupid. That is true. I agree with you. And just saying that, good question, Joby. Most of us are morons. So that is just super crazy, man. Because trust me, I thought the level of intelligence within the black people in America was super. I thought the literacy level was super high. But it's crazy to see that literally majority of the people who even understand what is going on around the world, that small number, despite you being not the minority in America, still the majority are dummies over there. And that is true. Come correct me if I'm wrong. We're here to learn, right? We're here to study and understand. That is just a fact. And so sad. So sad at the same time. And you'll find that that's such kind of a group are the same people shaming us back in Africa. Oh, you know, I can't hang with the African women. I can't troll with African men. Those are the women. Because trust me, nobody's gonna be paying child support for you here. You see that housing Section 8 bullshit you've been given, it's not here. We're surviving. You have to come and fight and stand with us. That is what is happening on the ground. You have to stand still and fight. No divorcing. But apparently, like I was discussing the other time, this is affecting us also right here in the continent. I've not seen so far anyone who's claiming to be white in the continent, but I know majority of the things are catching up. Like I was discussing this on TikTok and on the radio on Tuesday. For those who miss out the Thursday and Tuesday show from 8 to 10, always tune in on the radio and just chat on the show page and request music. We had an amazing conversation on Tuesday with the audience on TikTok. And I was asking why we have so much high level and number of divorce right now. That is topic for another day. Because Westernization is catching up with us. And this is so sad. It is so sad. Shout out to you, Lit TV. It's not a music session right now. Kindly come back tonight at 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. we have a music session, so you can request all the music you want. Thank you. Jiba Jaba says the problem is most of us don't know civics. We don't know how to access their program and grants. Period. That is the truth. That is the truth. And you're saying that most banks discriminate based on most banks discriminate based on zip code and color. Redining is still there. I think that is racism you're trying to talk about, if I'm trying to understand it correctly. Still based on racism. Most banks discriminate based on zip code and color. Redining is still there. Racism. I don't know, but I'd love to see the parents of this goofy talking person over here. I'd really love to see the parent who raised this coon over here. Who is it? Because you can be this dumb. You can't. You got me messed up. You really got me messed up in the head. God damn. But I also see you saying that it's called living your truth. Exactly. But he said that is him living his truth. He's been told to give an advice to fellow Black people who feel the same as him. And he says that live your truth. That's not living your truth. Because the fact again, no matter, let me tell you, Black people, no matter what, this is actually for us, all of us, no matter where you are, even if you change your skin, even if you bleach and still look pink like a pig, your DNA reads black. It takes you back all the way right here in the continent, like it or not. You want to separate yourself as much as you can from your fellow Black people, well and good. When it comes to times of saving the rest of the Black community, we should not see you. Or you know that, like the way I hear most of the Black, I don't know. I've heard this, the Black women say it's the Black men that destroyed them. You destroyed yourself. I'm literally trying to catch up with now I'm really, really understanding a lot right now, and everything I see on the internet, something needs to be fixed. Something needs to be fixed. It's the Black men that destroyed us. It's the Black men that have put us on the bottom. It is you not standing up with your people. And apparently this is globally with us Black people. This is so sad. This is so sad. Division is really conquering, and that's, mind you, this is the aim of the white man. I'm not even going to talk about what I wanted to talk about, but I'll wind it up with Italy situation. This division is really the divide and conquer, not only in the continent, but in America is also happening amongst the Black people. The sellouts are the women who have accepted to get funded by the white supremacy and leave their families. Shout out to Kiki Palmer. I've seen Kiki Palmer as an intelligent woman, but I didn't understand she was this much of a dumb person. Sorry to say. She's a great singer. She's a great actress. But the mind is all about the white supremacy money. The white people's money. How can I survive? She ended up getting married to, I don't know if the husband or the baby daddy is a mulatto. And now apparently they have divorced, doesn't want to allow the baby daddy to see the child and all that nonsense. I was talking about Black love on Tuesday, and I questioned, where did this go? The Black love, not just only husband and wife, the Black love that is brother and sister, even if you're not bloody related. We're talking about jealousy right now, envy, hatred, competition, looking down upon each other. It's all in our face. And you know what? It's destroying us without knowing. We have no idea. No clue. No goddamn clue. I also see Jibajaba says that the US black woman has the highest eviction rates. Eviction rates, let me see what that means. So what do you mean by eviction rates? Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, all right, all right. They have the highest experience. Someone from yeah. I'd agree with that if I'm understanding what you're trying to say. And this is what I'm saying. The black woman has the highest eviction rate. That is true. And I think if I'm understanding it correctly, is that they have done this to the black men. To the black men. That is what they have done. Destroying the men, putting them on the bottom. And of course, because that is what the white supremacy also needs, they deny you job opportunities. They ensure you're not only gonna get lack employment, but you're gonna have to pay that child support. Do you know actually how much of stress you're talking about? That is stress reloaded. How am I supposed to pay for child support when I don't have a job? How am I supposed to keep you or pay your mortgage or whatever? Because I saw still under this Biden's administration, this proposal they have of 500,000 Americans, getting homes. I saw still they're saying that they're going to reduce the mortgages. They're going to reduce. There was if I cannot find the whole article, but they say they're going to reduce the mortgages, the whole that. But is this going to be reduced only on the white community or on the both community where we're talking about equality? Crazy. Shout out to you, Nate. Karibu sana. You're saying that Joby, you said you said you used to think a lot about of black Americans was smart. I would agree. Back in the day, when Fred Hampton was alive, it was true, but not this case now. So sad. What happened? Because we know right here back in the continent, we can defend ourselves with what happened. Lack of proper education, miseducation. Had religion. I mean, this is in both communities. That is both right here in the continent and outside the continent. Religion also added in it. But I don't understand. You want to tell me, because this is something I always try to understand every day, with every time I'm discussing about the Black Americans issue or problems, solutions. Do you mean to tell me majority of the people, the blacks in America, have grown up without a simple knowledge of slavery, where they came from? I mean, it could be true, yes, because it's not taught in school, but we had our grandmothers, we had our grandparents who could tell all these stories. So if you're saying, because I'd love to understand, when was Fred Hampton, which was his era? When did he die? Let me check that. Let me check that. Yeah, in 1969. In 1969. That is not a long time ago. And actually, it is also a short time of the level of stupidity getting this high. Because we're talking about 60, maybe 70 years since he died. Literally, let's say 70 years, 60, 70 years since he died. Yeah, 1969. It's crazy. What happened then within this gap of you being smart, or majority of the people being smart, and now us being this dumb? Because it's crazy. I mean, that's a video of 4 years ago. But I believe today there's maybe someone who feels like him. I'm a white man who is 50 years of age. I've always felt like that, I don't want to be described among the black people because I'm not black. But your skin is literally super dark. You look like a Sudanese, bro. which is the best skin color. I admire Sudanese skin color. I wish I was darker. Damn. But I also see Jiba Jiba says that living truth means accept me being a nut. Yeah, it's also, I think I misunderstood it because you wrote it in quote. Yeah, you wrote it in quote. I saw it. Yeah, and also see, yes, it is in 1969, Nate, and also see Jibadaba says around 1990, black culture took a left turn, and it had been building since the mid 80s, the age of opera, gangster rap, prison. I don't know. Okay, I tend to understand what you're trying to say. 1969 till now. Do you know it's not a long time, and it's not a short time, period of time, but it's not a long time. I've seen this kind of debaucherous behavior. Maybe let me say, if it's in 1969, because back then we never even used to have no internet. I mean, we're not really advanced in life the way we are right now. So if you speak about the gangster rap, maybe that would be one of the things that destroyed the Black American community, where we stopped rapping the real music. Because if I try trace back also the Black American real rap, and I'm not talking about this gangster, I'll shoot you, N-word, B-word, and all that, you know. The Black American rap, and I've listened to a couple of music you guys request, especially for kids, because it's always on our shows every Tuesday and Thursday, and Jerome Mosquito, Robert Williams, for those who get to catch up. I've seen majority of the music is requested is literally of where Black Americans, the rappers, were expressing about the racism in the community. It was literally about the message. It was a message. And this is when you see most of the people who understand music, when they define music, it's about to be it's supposed to be about the message in it. Not the flex, I got the blinks. Not the flex, I got the moolah, what we're seeing today. Not the flex, I got too many, you know, Hondas and all that, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. I just went to Dubai and now I'm shooting a video. No. It was not about flexing. Actually, the music videos were very chill. Just people, you know, rapping and hyping. The vixens are just hyping and all that. Things have changed. Prison, another thing. There's something with the video I was watching yesterday, which was saying, when you speak about the Black people not healing and the oppression which has made them become so full of rage. I don't know if that is what has destroyed us or what it is. Could it be oppression? Could it be because, like I was saying yesterday, where we used to problems, like even right in the continent, I see Africans are just used to problems. You know, we just keep on whining, but nothing changes. This is why you see elections, it's gonna be all about selections, not elections, as we call it. Because they're used to Africans to receiving the same thing and never demanding for a change. It is super insane. And also see Soul Brother, Great Lakes, Midwest America. Why? Such a name, quite a name. Karibu Sana. You're saying heroin, then crack happened after assassination, unfortunately. I think also, so that's something else we've talked about. And also we've spoken about alcohol, which Keith also speaks about every time. It has destroyed the Black community, not only back in the continent, but I think this is also happening when I was watching yesterday's video, which I was sharing again on the show of yesterday. We saw that one of the boxers, what destroyed him was him. After getting so much money, he got engaged with white women, started drinking a lot, smoking crack, and all that. So I believe that is something else. But to add, if you say Soul Brother, to just add another question on top of it, heroin and crack happened. Where did this heroin and crack come from? Because the Black community, we didn't have drugs amongst us, did we? The black community didn't have this access of drugs. So where did the crack, the heroin come from? Isn't this the white man? There's a movie I think it has made me watch a couple of times, and I enjoy watching it. I still watch it again and again. Where we had this black community where it is all about drug being distributed, then the cops are gonna come and arrest you. I think you guys are familiar with it. I don't know what's the name. But where we had this black community, there was this just funny woman, and I think they were a couple. You know, they used to smoke and, you know, use crack a lot. And this actually destroyed that. I think it was I don't know, it was in California, but it's a movie that showcased how drugs have literally, in simple terms, destroyed the black people community. Where we also have others surviving through it by selling drugs. It's crazy. But I'll see you saying that the drugs happened. Well, I'd agree that is one among the theme. And I also see you saying that blaming rap is a shallow cop-out. Rap was a result of drugs as a single-parent homes were. Well, I'll agree, but who destroyed also the rap? Because let me tell you, as much as you really want to, if you defend the case, we have to look at the cause of the case. If you're defending the case, let us look at the cause of the case. Who's the cause of rap being destroyed? The same people who are still destroying us today. Who are the number one promoters of single parenthood? I mean, who literally started funding the black women and told them, you know, if you ditch your man, I'm going to give you a house. I'm going to pay you monthly this and this and this. All you got to do is ask for child support. And all you got to do is take the black man's job from him and let him seek a way of paying that child support. If he doesn't, you're going to end up in jail. Prison comes in. What Jiba Jaba just mentioned. So who is to blame? So if you're saying that rap is a shallow blame, let us look at who's the cause of rap being destroyed as well. And also see Jiba Jaba says that U.S. industrial decline ramped up in the 80s. Miles and manufacturing industry went overseas. The black man was left behind, hence the rage and dysfunction. Exactly. Because when I look at majority of the cases actually is rage. There's a lot of healing. And this will not even happen right now. Trust me, black people are not going to heal right now. Not right now. Not so long as oppression is still there. You're not going to tell me to try be okay. Well, I don't have a job. My mortgages cost $1,000 a month, or $200, $2,000 a month. We've seen literally majority of the family complaining right here how bills are driving them crazy. I mean, this is affecting right now the whole world, but the oppression has always been towards the black people, being on the bottom. Soul Brother also says that I was there living in a latchkey. Let me get that correctly. I was there living it as a latchkey kid. Goddamn. And I also see you saying that Jiba Jabba that bronze and hard drugs fueled it too. That is true. Bros. You say booze. Sorry, booze and hard drugs fueled it too. And I also see Soul Brother say that the heroin comes from Asia via Europe, as the crack from South America comes via the same way. So basically, there's someone to blame for all this. Jiba Jaba also says that it came from the government and other foreign nations as an act of warfare on us. Exactly. We've discussed this sometime. I think it was last year. Then I had to watch that movie later. It was quite amazing. And also quite interesting and disturbing. The Europeans, that is true, Soul Brother. And also say you're saying that 2K mortgage, 1K on food and fuel. It's crazy, man. I was seeing someone like Cardi B, who's, she's an artist. She went ahead and complained also how right now things for her, she's, you know, with all this highly being paid, still a celebrity can complain. It's crazy. People are really feeling the pinch. The pinch is there. She said she used to buy $1,000. She used to spend $1,000 for food, but now she has to go ahead and spend 2,000, like it's 1,000 extra on food, so that she can be able to feed the whole family and the whole house. It's super insane. It is super insane. And see now, I will, but I'm okay. I can see clearly. Jibba, I can see. Trust me, I do see. Is that I'm struggling because the words are small. I can't read small words, you know, and I don't want to zoom them so closer. But yeah, in general, what I'm gonna say is that we should actually do better as Black people as they come towards the end. I'll share this story of Italy tomorrow. I'll keep it on hold and I'll bring it up tomorrow. I really had to discuss this down because it's super, super crazy. If you have kids, a family, we know right now, as we keep on saying, we can't save everyone. But the truth of the matter is, you can't also move along with dummies, okay? You can't move along with coons. You can't move along with someone who's willing to literally trade you for something else because of money. Because this is what poverty amongst the Black community has done. This is what oppression amongst the Black community has done. I'd love to ask majority of these Black American women who are being paid by the white supremacy to leave their marriages, to go live in Section 8, okay? Just because you're getting a monthly allowance or whatever you're getting from the government. I'd love to understand, and I'd love to understand what is it that this man didn't have that the white man had to offer you? What is it that the Black man didn't give you in the house that you had to leave the house and go get free money? Because if I look at the Black men globally, a well mindset Black man, nobody's gonna leave their family in the streets. They work their ass off so hard, and pardon my French. I've seen that from my own father. He might be a mess, but my dad really works so hard. So hard. I was sitting, I don't know, I was telling this, but I was saying, if there are people really go through a lot, as much as we assume, yes, women will go through a lot, but it's always women on the table, but nobody puts men on the table. Nobody puts men on the table to see what the effort really men really go through to make that family to be sustainable the way it is. Ensuring the bills are paid, the mortgages are paid, electrical bills are paid, water paid. Even you don't even question for a thing because everything is sorted. Nobody questions that. Nobody sees the effort. So personally, I feel like it is such a shame on you Black American women, those who put the men on the bottom. It is a shame on you. And I'm not scared to say that. At this point, we should be able to draw back our minds. If you grew up in a well mind state again family with Black love, and I'm gonna call it that because that is what it was. Where you had a family that could understand itself, like, you know, I need to take care of my woman, I need to take care of my husband, I need to take care of the kids. We need to come together and understand the kids. Teach them this and this is wrong. These are our enemies. If you are literally in that such kind of a family and you've messed up right now, you should shake your head and check if you're okay. Just go for a checkup and check if you're okay. Because you're running away from your true self. That is not living your truth. You're living the white supremacy way. We're living in this state because we need to literally survive. Because the white people have ensured the Black people are going to be in the bottom. It's a high time we fight now. That is what I'm going to say. It's a high time we fight. And I'm not gonna fight for no coon. Like that one that I've shared the video. Nah. You wanna be white? Fine, baby. Go. You are allowed to be white. Get out of my family. We are not your family, right? You don't wanna be us, you said. You go look for your white family and fit in with your dreadlocks and your melanated skin and your blood, which drives you back to our DNA. So you go fit in, baby. You eat all the macaroni and cheese. Let them do it for you. Okay? Don't come back. And this also goes back to all these, even these celebrities who've been sellouts, because that's what they have done to the Black community. When we discuss about Obama, we've seen nothing that he has done for the Black people. Is he even Black? Question. Is he even Black? That is why I wind up my topic of the day. I see Soul Brother says, that sounds right. Food is extra expensive. It is, because even right here in the continent, it is. Apparently, I'm just from groceries. I was shocked. A few things have gone down, but it's not really still the way it was. Because I was able to purchase a couple of more things than I did last time, which is amazing. But things are expensive. We're talking about fuel going high, and they're talking about electrical car. What? You want to kill us? Fuel going super, super crazy high. It's super insane. Black people, we need each other. Trust me. We do need each other. All this egocentric bullshit is not going to save us. It's not going to save us. And apparently, again, you can't save everyone. You can't. You cannot. Save yourself if you can. You can't save everyone. And those you can. You cannot save everyone. I also see Soul Brother says that we got to unite or else we're going to collapse. Because that's the aim of the white man. To literally ensure that no Black person survives no matter where we are. I mean, this is the aim. This is the aim. They don't want us to survive. It's never been their aim. And this is what I was talking about. I wanted to talk about the Italy evacuating 1,500 refugees from Libya. It's not always for the best interest of us. They are always looking for what serves them best first. It is always them first. Black people, we need to know this. We ought to know this. Trust me, even if you're working for a white man, you should be very conscious of yourself. Be conscious. It might be a good working environment, but hey, just because a crocodile wore a different skin doesn't mean it's not a crocodile. Still gonna bite you and kill you. Huh? It's still gonna bite you and kill you. Just because an alligator come looking like a rabbit right now does not mean it's not an alligator. It's gonna kill you. That's all I'm gonna say. And I also see Jiba Jaba says that's a good discussion. Can you tell I had my coffee? Take care. Thank you so much, man. Jiba Jaba. I don't know if you personally, imagine I can't take coffee anymore. You think you guys can remember when I used to be? I was literally an addict of coffee. I cannot stand coffee right now. I can't. I try sip even a cup. I can't. And thanks to Keith, he also messed me up on that. He also, when he says I messed him up on drinking water, not drinking Dr. Peppers, but I really, really required it because it was messing up my ulcers so bad at that time. And also see you saying good point about your father and other men. It's mindset. I think that's what you meant. Exactly. And you're also saying that macaroni and cheese. I mean, you go and eat that. And you're also saying that you have to be strategic with shopping and still difficult to afford. It is, manze. Because trust me, it is crazy. We're lucky here. Having a boss like it, trust me, we are blessed because things are crazy tough. At this point, I think I'm going to share this in Jared, but I'm just in a state where I feel super, super messed up. super messed up. You ever been kept in a situation which you never thought you're gonna be in, and it affects you financially, with everything going so crazy how it is? They're talking about division instead of this one. I'm talking about unity, because I'm not supposed to be going through what I'm going through alone. Through unity, I'm supposed to be literally getting help to do what we're supposed to do together, because it's not my mess. But apparently, I have to clean someone else's mess. You know? It's super crazy, Manze. But anyway, family, much love. Have an amazing day. I hope you've learned a thing or two. And of course, thank you so much to everyone who has been with me. Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Soul Brother. Nice to see you. I don't know if you're part of us, Black Hot Fire, but nice to see you. And of course, if you're not, kindly subscribe. We do have amazing discussions every single day, Monday to Friday, from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. or sometimes even midnight, the latest. We do have amazing discussions right here. Our app shall be back again, like I said, on the Google Play Store. So I'll be directing you guys once it's back, so you can keep it or have it on your phone. Remember, you can stream through the Black Hot Fire Network application still as you use WhatsApp, TikTok, Instagram, your emails. All you gotta do is just open the page and go back home and leave the Black Hot Fire Network page streaming, and you'll be able to listen to all the shows without missing a thing. Nonetheless, much love. Have an amazing day. Thank you, Jiba Jaba. Have yourself an amazing day at work. Enjoy yourself. Be very conscious of your environment, and be very conscious not to call yourself a white man while you are a black person. Peace and love unto you. See you guys later tonight on the Culture Show. Nonetheless, I don't know if I'm going to be joining the Black Kings frequency, but I'll see according to the topic if I'll be able to tune in. But asanteni sana. Have yourself a beautiful day.
Yake aliniambia nike mbali na leo hiyo tujelei na tungebuka ifure ndio jamii na tunamwelewa na shika pesa na kusikia kifanye cha moshi kila sana ikipenda nikanga hansi na nikamekuja vita kila kitu wanataimini mzinzi.
To all my 52 passerbys right here on TikTok, I appreciate. To all the new followers and the gifts, I appreciate sana. Asanteni sana. See you guys later. Have an amazing day.
Hapo kibonga mbaya umechauliwa, hiyo kibanja sana utashukiwa, tulia usiforce baraka utafikiwa. I
see Soul Brother says much respect and salutation. Thank you. Peace and be safe. Respect to you too, and also thank you for you tuning in. Asantini. For those who shall be catching this on a replay, kindly hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, ensure you have our app, and of course, if not, you can also join through the website, that is the www.blackhotfirenetwork.com. See you guys later. Have an amazing, blessed day.